Alright everybody, hello and welcome. As always, I'm Sean. This is In The Mixer, episode 166 of our Isle of Man series. Happy Monday, wherever in the world you happen to be watching from. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope you got to enjoy it. It's beautiful weather down here in Melbourne at the moment. Hopefully it is wherever in the world you are as well. Now, if you like big, massive, huge bumper episodes, this is the one for you. We're going to play 3 games in today's episode, a little bit different, a little bit longer an episode, and 3 massive, massive fixtures for the second half of the season, and to hopefully continue our unlikely push towards a title in the Premier Division. Let's jump straight in. We'll go through who we're going to play. We're going to go through the scenarios and where we could finish on the ladder. There's a whole bunch to get through, so let's get stuck in. Alright, so first and foremost, as you guys can see above my head here, 20 games played, 13 wins, 5 draws and 2 defeats, plus 32 goal difference, the best in the division, and 44 points for the season in third position. United, 21 games played, so 1 extra game on us. They're currently sitting in top spot, 48 points. With a win in that extra game, we could potentially draw 1 point behind them. We're also playing them in today's episode. Chelsea, currently above us by 3 points, 47 points. We do have a superior goal difference. We are also playing them in today's episode. We could go above them as well, at least into second spot. And then if we win the game against United, up into top spot. We're also playing Manchester City in 4th position today. Level on points with us, 44 points, but we are 5 goals ahead of them, plus 32 goal difference compared with plus 27 for Manchester City. It's very, very tight at the top. You can see Arsenal are also in that picture, also on 44 points. If we slip up and lose a lot of the games today, there is potential that our season will go to shit and we'll be fortunate to make Champions League football. But if we win, that reward of being top of the league is potentially there in today's game. We do have one game that we're going to play off screen, I think, as well as part of today's episode. We're going to play we're going to play Man City first. Then we're going to play Chelsea away from home. We've got Ipswich in the FA Cup 4th round. We'll let our reserve side take care of that one, being that they are in the Championship. And then we've got Man United. All 3 games away, all 3 games absolutely massive for our season. We've got a whole bunch of different football to get through, so let's go and get stuck in. Magic of editing, we're going to jump forward to the lineups against the Man City game now. So City, we've had a decent couple of games against so far this season. We beat them, of course, in the Community Shield earlier on this season, which I guess technically counts as a win. We then had a 0-0 draw in the previous fixture at home. We have only beaten them once in the past 15 games in regulation play, so hopefully we can turn that around today. Tactically speaking, we're going with our attacking structure. We're just going to go after it in these games because why not? The only probably change that we've made is that Hisham Haji has come in to the starting lineup as that box-to-box player. David Lind was previously using that role, but Haji's played the last couple and he's been good in the last couple as well, so we're going to give him an opportunity as well. Worst case scenario, it all goes tits up and we just bring on David Lind, and that's fine. There's no problems with that. But we're going Mancini in goal, Abdesamad and Esteban as the defensive partnership, Carlos Andre at left wing back, Lucas Gabriel at right wing back, Henry and Haji in midfield, Harold as the inverted winger on the left, Castro as the inverted winger on the right, our leading assist maker for the season thus far, Martinez, our leading scorer and highest average rated player, and Rivera, the captain, the 2 of them leading the line, and so far contributing 32 league goals between them. This squad is currently 14 games unbeaten in the Premier Division. So we've had a really great run of form. We're into probably the 3 toughest away trips of the season against 1st, 2nd and 4th as things currently stand. I think this is the squad and this is the group that's going to get us a good result against City today. They, of course, have a phenomenal lineup. Francois, who we've looked at for years since back when he was a wonder kid, he's now 24 years of age. He's now the captain at Man City. He's a ball-playing central defender. They consistently use him as a left-back. I'm not sure why, but that's just how he seems to play, or where he seems to play whenever we play them. Over on the other side, they've got Sean Brady, an excellent right full-back, full Irish international, still only 26 years of age, 4.5-star current, 5-star potential, probably the best Irish player I've seen in a while in Football Manager. Ahead of him, of course, Neil Peacock, previously of FC Isle of Man, made the jump over to Man City when they paid his £100 million release clause. I've got it set to euros, so we're going to fix that. There we go, nice and easy. They paid that in January 2 seasons ago. Still stings a little bit. I'd love to get a good result against him. He scored against us a couple of times, and every time he celebrates. Toby Owens, England striker, can play at left mid as well. Fantastic player, consistently scores against us. Pereira, one of the better players in the division. Menegazzo, who was fantastic for Brighton for a few seasons as well. They're a very good squad. Assertively, we're going to say, great opportunity to show all the pundits have been right to back you up, and everyone seems motivated, which is fantastic. As we know, when you load up the game, when you start the save again the next day, anything can happen. We have been in great form, but City away from home is a tricky task. Ball in here from Brady. Good header away by Esteban. Back in by Sanchez. Now Zhang Yu. Close down well, but it's going to fall to Francois on the right-hand side. Someone's got to go close him down. Castro gets out there now. Zhang Yi loses out to Henri in midfield. What can we do here on the counter-attack? We've got bodies forward. Rivera's there as well. Back on his favoured left foot. Can he find the finish? It's a great save from Cerrone in the City goal. Wonderful press in midfield though. Wonderful counter-attack. Good bodies getting involved to try and support. Haji with the corner in. It's poor and Cerrone comes out and claims without any issue. Good signs early doors, but anytime City have the ball, I'm going to assume that they're about to score. Deep free kick here. Gay to take. Forward to Brady. Bursts into midfield. He's very eager to get inside and carry the ball through that midfield area. Pereira, right-hand side, is going to want to get back on his right foot. Carlos Andre wins it back in a great area. And ball forward to Harold. We're 3v2 here if we find the right ball. Can he find a little reverse pass in here, or is he going to keep going himself? He goes the strike, but it's a tame effort straight at Cerrone. Menegazzo with the corner. Francois with the flick-on header. First highlight we've seen for City, just over the crossbar. Did have a bit of pace on it, but I think Mancini had it covered. Ball here from the goal kick. Mancini, wide right to Esteban. Can we keep working this side to side? Lucas Gabriel, all the way back to Mancini. He's got a bit of work to do. Let's switch sides then. No, he's gone back to Gabriel again in the same corner. Lost out to Pereira. Wide left area. It goes the strike. Thankfully, a wild effort well past the near post. Just switch it to side. I wish that was an instruction. Like if you receive it from one side, look to switch out the other end, especially for goalkeepers. Ball over the top here towards Toby Owens. Esteban's knocked it forward. Mancini's going to get there first, thankfully. Owens was picking up some pace, closing him down. Esteban, now Gabriel, into Haji. Good reverse pass to Castro. Nice little pocket of space. Ball across to Martinez. Now Haji. Ball out wide right to Lucas Gabriel, who can beat a man in the box. Ball towards back stick. Harold with the header. It's clipped the post, and then Whelan scrambles it away for Man City. 32 minutes played. We're going to use demand more shout. Haji to take the resulting corner. Goes towards back stick. Bessamard was there, but it's cleared away. He will recover possession. Now to Henri. Can we switch it out to the other side? Carlos Andre looks to send Harold into the corner, and the highlight comes to an end. Draw doesn't suit either side, to be honest. City drop out of the top 4 spots. We drop below Arsenal, who've taken a lead in their match against Leeds. United not playing today. Oh, no, United are playing today. I take that back. They're currently winning their game as well. So at halftime, 11 shots, 3 on target, 55% possession, 9 shots, 5 on target, 45% of the ball for the Isle of Man. And I think we've just shaded it in terms of highlight scene. Assertively, I'm going to say, pleased with how things are going. Keep it up. And there's a couple of 6.4s, 6.6s out there. We will keep an eye on those. And if we need to, after the hour mark, we will make subs. I'm going to keep an eye on those yellow cards and injuries as well. Castro with the header from the corner. First highlight of the second half, just over the crossbar. Deep free kick here. Esteban looks to send Rivera into the channel. Wants to get it back on his left foot. Beats the man, and it's a good save from Cerrone again. I think that's brought back for an offside though. Sanchez has gone through Carlos Andre. We're going to have a deep free kick here. Martinez into the channel. Can he find the finish? Left-footed player and finds the finish. Is he onside? Everything froze for a split second just after he found the finish. And now what does that mean? Do we stay attacking because we've come out better in the second half, or do we get to the hour mark and go positive? Drop off a little bit as City try and press. It's a wonderful finish from Martinez. Keeper doesn't get his angles right. Left-footed player, you want to try and cut off that angle to go far corner. But it's a wonderful effort and wonderful finish. So far we are handling them. We're going to hit pause though. 62 minutes played. And we're going to have a look at these subs. So Castro's not had the greatest game of all time. We're going to bring on Frank Richard on that right-hand side. Harold's also got a yellow card. We might have faith in him. Rivera not playing particularly well. Maybe Uli Schaefer can offer something different up top. Tell them we've got faith in them. And then we're also going to use Old Faithful, get creative shout after the hour mark. We've got a lead to defend now. There's a part of me that wants to drop back to positive, but I also don't want to invite that pressure. Corner here for Man City. Header away. Owens puts it back in. It pinballs around. Sadikovic pokes it home, but it's going to get ruled out for offside because that initial header, when it came in, there are a few players that had gotten caught. So we've gotten away with one there. Deep free kick here. Mancini to take. Esteban forward towards Richard. It's a poor clearance. Sadikovic recovers for City. Sanchez. Sadikovic has come onto the pitch for Pereira, I think. So they're making their subs. Switch out towards Peacock. Well read by Carlos Andre, but it's straight back into him again. Ruabent, reverse ball to Peacock. Just stand him up, boys. Ball in towards Owens. Knocks it down for Sadikovic, and then Mancini saves and holds. We're going to hit pause. 75 minutes played. We're going to drop back to positive. Just a little bit deeper. A little bit less intense in the press. We're going to try and kill some of the space in front of our back four. We do have one save up our sleeve as well. And in the last 10 minutes, we're going to hit pause again. I don't like hitting pause in the game, but we're going to do it. I'm going to take off Haji. I'm going to bring on David Lind, a little bit more defensive and midfield player. I'm going to trust the players that are on yellow cards to not get themselves sent off. We're also going to use a demand more shout with 10 minutes remaining. Mancini starts with a deep free kick. Back out to Abdesamad now. Switch out towards Harold. Can we work a 2v1 on the left? Carlos Andre comes forward. He's got a lot of work to do. Square ball to Harold. Gets it back on his right foot. Edge of the area. Cross to Lind. Now Richard overlaps there through Lucas Gabriel. Can he find a good ball back in the box? Towards Martinez. Header just beyond the far post. The near post. 2 goals would have sealed it, I think. Would have been a famous victory away at the Etihad. We're into the last few minutes. There's going to be 4 additional minutes of time added on. I would be more than happy. There's a highlight. Of course, there's a highlight. Man City with the throw. Left-hand side. Toby Owens. Back to Gay, who I think might have moved to a fullback role. Owens looks to send Menegato deep on the left-hand side. Just stand him up, boys. Cut back for Peacock. Of course they've fucking scored. God damn it, Football Manager. To be fair, they've not been bad in the second half. Once we got our goal, you can kind of see we dropped off a little bit. But Jesus Christ, it had to be Peacock as well, the ex-FC Isle of Man player. Menegato with the ball. Peacock left-footed finish. Mancini wasn't miles away from it, but still, it's a good effort. Can we use one more get creative shout? Okay, we've got a late highlight here. Mancini forward into Henri in midfield. Now Lind. Get the ball forward, boys. Richard, good pocket of space. Reverse pass to Schaefer. Richard on the overlap again. Can we find the finish? It's closed down well by the defence. We're going to get a really, really late corner. Should be Harold to take on his left foot. Make it a good one. Please, boys. Please. I ask so little of you. Richard with the ball in. Loses out to Owens. He's going to get to the second ball. It's pinballing around and then it's called as full time. For fuck's sake. 93rd minute equaliser for Neil Peacock. 21 shots, 8 on target, 55% possession for Man City. 20 shots, 10 on target, 45% of the ball for Isle of Man. Unlucky, boys. It just wasn't our day. I'm going to tell the defence as well, you were unlucky, and they've at least responded positively. Let's try and keep morale up. We've got 2 other huge games that we have to get through. God damn it. You just knew, as soon as that highlight started in injury time, you just knew that they were going to score. You knew it was coming. So that does leave us in 3rd position. We do still have a game in hand on United, so we are potentially only 3 points behind them. We are currently 5 points behind Chelsea, so beating them is going to be absolutely huge for keeping pace. They beat Bournemouth 2-0. United beat Watford 4-0. Arsenal 2-2 draw with Leeds kind of helps us out a little bit in terms of them not going above us. Arnaud Henri gets the Man of the Match award, which is fantastic. Martinez 1 goal away from 15 leagues goals, which gets him a bit of a pay bump as well. What do we want to do with this midfield? We're going to give everyone who started a rest day, just one, just to try and give a little boost to their condition to get them fully fit for the next match. But magic of editing, let's jump forward, look at the 2 lineups against Chelsea. Alright, so both sides coming into this one in strong and decent form. 3 draws in our last 5. Looks bad, but it's a 0-0 draw with Manchester United. It's a 2-2 draw away at Newcastle, which we've always struggled to play at. And then the 1-1 that you guys just saw against Manchester City. Chelsea's defeat was away at Tottenham, so they have tasted defeat over the last few games. They've had a pretty straightforward run as well. Bournemouth, Coventry, Brighton and Watford during that spell, so they're in a decent little run of form. They will go in 4 to 6 favourites as well. If we look at our past meetings against them, we've had a little bit more success against Chelsea than we have against Man City. We've won 6 times in 16 games. They've won 9 of those. Only 1 draw during that period, which was quite early on. So they won the first few games pretty convincingly. One was back when we were in the Championship, back in 2028. They gave us a pretty rough introduction to Premier League football, 6-1 and 3-1 defeats in our inaugural season. We did beat them the year after and then drew with them. We beat them the year after that as well. They had a run of 5 straight victories across the Premier Division and FA Cup over 2034, 2035. But then recently, we've won 4 of the last 5, which is fantastic. So maybe, just maybe, we can get a good result. Last time we played at Stamford Bridge, they won 2-0. Batch and Indikachea with the goals in that one. We're going to make one change. I'm going to bring Lind into midfield. He's got a very good natural relationship with Henri. They've played together for quite a bit. Haji didn't do too much wrong. He wasn't bad in the last game. A 6.8 and a 7.62 over his last 5 games is good. But I think maybe a little bit more defensive steel in midfield might help us just a little bit because of the high quality opposition. Haji's played quite well against, like bottom of the half or teams in the bottom half of the table. Maybe when we play the top sides, Lind comes in because he's a bit better a tackler. He's a bit more of a defensive base. That's the rationale in my head. We'll see how it plays out that way. But he's the one change for us. Looking over at Chelsea's lineup, again, a super strong lineup. They've got Campbell, another fantastic right back, probably the best right back in the game at the moment. 5-star current and potential ability, very, very good wing back. Full England international as well at 26 years of age. He's quite decent. Christian Furr, you might recognise. We played him a couple of seasons ago in both the Europa League and I think the Champions League campaign as well when he was at Red Bull Leipzig. He was excellent for them, 119 goals in 261 appearances. He joined Chelsea this most recent off-season, and so far 6 goals in 19 starts in the Premier Division. Not a bad little return for the German right winger. Well, he's a forward by trade. They're playing him as a right winger. I assume he'll be an inside forward on that side. Fleshman, their leading scorer for the season, also a forward that they're using on a wing. He looks decent as well. They've got quite a few German players, and Germany has been pretty much dominant at the international level for the last few seasons. Francesco Paolucci is leading the line for them. Funnily enough, a right winger by trade, but they're playing him up front instead. I don't know why they're playing a forward on the right wing and a right winger up front, but who am I to tell them how to play their game? Maybe it's some sort of rotational front three. I don't know. Indicachea got the goal last time we played them. Rob Batch, who's on the bench, who we kept an eye on for a few years, back when he was a wonder kid at Watford. He got the other goal at the same fixture last season. Dressing room, we're going to jump in. We're going to passionately say, media have given a lot of credit lately. We're not going to overcomplicate stuff. I'm going to also passionately tell the front two that they can make a difference and they at least look happy and motivated. Martinez getting back amongst the goals. He's been fantastic for us this season. But really, we need to try and keep pace with Chelsea. If they get a win or even a draw here, it does make it difficult for us in the run home. Indicachea with the corner. Mancini comes out and claims very well. If we get this forward on the right-hand side quickly, we've got a 3v2. Out and out of Castro. Carry the ball forward. We've got men back stick trying to get there. Can he get a good ball into the box? He's tackled by Misbah. And then Fleshman wins the ball. Long one forward to Paolucci. Good header by Esteban. Henri. Back to Lucas Gabriel. Can we switch this out to the left? There's a 2v1 if we work this correctly. Campbell with the clearing header. Demmermoors back to Campbell. Now first involvement from the German. Paolucci recovers. Indicachea, overlap ball. Carlos Andre committed and Campbell won the ball first. Fur cuts it back to Campbell towards Paolucci. Pinballs around and Mancini claims at the second time of asking. Chelsea might be a bit more difficult at home than City were. Rivera, Lucas Gabriel, deep ball towards Martinez. Good flick on header, but Calcagni, the big Italian stopper in the Chelsea net, saves and holds. Forward to Demmermoors, who's picked up the ball free a couple of different times in the build-up here. Ball out wide right to Campbell. Fur with Carlos Andre. Reverse pass to Paolucci. Hasn't got much of an angle to work with. Finds Mancini, and then Esteban scrambles it away. So they've forced a couple of good saves against Mancini. Gabriel with the corner here towards near post. Abdesamad has to do better. It's a free header near post. Calcani straight at him. He saves and holds. Fleshman sends Paolucci. He's offside, surely. Are you kidding? He looked miles off. We're going to check this one out in 3 dimensions. Either Fleshman's played the ball of the century and Paolucci has timed his run perfectly. Perfectly? That's not how you say that word. Yeah, Carlos. Yeah, he's offside, surely. Carlos Andre. Hang on. Okay, this might be the greatest ball of all time. Okay, let's go frame by frame. Is this where he releases the pass? It is indeed. So it's literally the finest of margins. Why Carlos Andre's dropped off this far, I have absolutely no idea. And then the next frame, when the ball's across, he is goal side. So, yeah, right decision. Fair enough, Football Manager. You win this round. City take the lead, so we're going to use a demand more shout. Sorry, Chelsea take a lead. Immediately got a highlight. Henri with the ball. Indicachea wins it back and plays it forward to Paolucci, the goal scorer. Scovio, ball out to Russo here. Sends Fleischmann down the left-hand side. Wonderful assist. Good tackle from Lucas Gabriel. Wins it back in a good area. Long ball forward towards Rivera. Misbah unchallenged for the header. Demmermoors, Indicachea, who's been busy. Fur, Campbell. Switch out towards Bell. If we see a highlight conceded here, we might switch to positive for the remainder of the first half. Fleshman, wide left area. Now back to Bell. Ball in towards near post. Paolucci with the flick on header. And they've had a couple of chances early doors. We're going to drop back to positive for the next 20 minutes or so, just to get us through to halftime. Wide free kick, Indicachea. Mancini comes out and claims and actually missed it, and Campbell headed over an open goal. Gotten away with one a little bit there. As things stand, City drawing their game against Newcastle. I'm assuming United aren't playing today, but it would see us drop down to 4th position. Fur finds Campbell. Demmermoors, back to Campbell again. Can we get a deep ball across? Demmermoors, Indicachea. Demmermoors ball towards Fleshman, who's been busy on this left-hand side. Lucas Gabriel's just given away a penalty, hasn't he? All right, so they're having a look as to whether this is inside the box. It's outside the box, thankfully. We've gotten away with one there. Not a challenge that he needed to make. Indicachea with the free kick. Ball to Lucas Gabriel here. Throw in deep on our side. Castro, Rivera, square ball back stick. It's headed away. Fur flicks it on towards Paolucci, who's pretty much had the run of our defence so far. Burst past a couple of challenges. Gets a strike away to Mancini with a good save. We'd use one more demand more shout. And then at least if we get to half time, we can pull out the rocket, the hairdryer, a little bit, fire it at the team and go attacking in the second half and hopefully get some sort of response out of the halftime team talk. Abdesamad with the throw finds Carlos Andre. Can we work a reverse pass here? Carlos Andre. Oh, it's a poor ball into midfield. Russo wins it back. Thankfully, he wasn't looking forward because Paolucci was on. Fleshman Back to Bell. Castro wins it back in a great area. Can we find the cut back here for Rivera? On his left foot, can he find the finish? Was he tackled or did he square that to Martinez? What the hell just happened? I might be having a mental breakdown this episode. What just happened? Did he strike that, or was he tackled, or was he trying to square the ball to Martinez? Holy shit. All right, so half-time, 9 shots, 6 on target, 44% possession for Chelsea with a 1-goal lead. 6 shots, 5 on target, 56% of the ball for the Isle of Man. They've been the better side. They've had more highlights, make no mistake. Aggressively, show me something else in the second half. So we're going to end that team talk. Everyone seems fired up. We're going to switch back to our attacking structure. Give everyone, hopefully, a bit more incentive to get forward and chase the game. Harold struggling, Rivera struggling, Carlos Andre struggling, Martinez struggling. There's a few players on 6.7s as well, which isn't great. It's not been anyone really setting the world on fire from our side. Paolucci, the best rated player on the park at the moment over on Chelsea. Draw doesn't do anything for either side. We're getting very quickly towards the hour mark as well. So we really need to push on and try and find a winner. Harold's going to come off. Mateo will come on the left wing. Rivera, second game in a row that we're going to sub him out. Schaefer will enter the play. And I'll hold off on that last sub. You can see Carlos Andre not having the greatest game. Henri not having a great game. Lind's not having a great game. Do I roll the dice and just go 3 subs? If I go 3 subs, it's definitely going to give us a red card or an injury. But screw it. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. Let's just do it. Let's go 3 subs, get creative shout. We're on attacking already. We're just going to go after it. City have taken a lead in their game against Chelsea, so we drop down to 4th. Arsenal currently losing to West Ham keeps us in the top 4 positions. And there hasn't been a highlight yet in this second half. We're going to go 10 minutes remaining. We've got no more subs to make. I've immediately forgotten what I just did. I'm losing it here. This might be the game. This might be the episode that breaks me. We're in such a good position. Into Kachaya, wide left free kick towards Fleshman. It's pinballed around. Cordy's poked it home, but I think he's offside. I think he was onside from the initial ball from Into Kachaya, and then Fleshman's flick-on header found him just in an offside position. Can we use one more get creative in additional time? Deep ball here with Mancini. Come on, boys. Esteban across to Abdesamad. Good switch up to Carlos Andre, who can dribble forward into space. He's got Harold there with him, but instead he cuts inside. Back to Henri. Steps past one man. Ball out wide right towards Lucas Gabriel. He's got a lot of work to do right on the touchline. Tries to get it in. Bell closes him down. Plays Batch into a good area. Fresh sub off the bench, and he is rapid. I'm going to watch him get into the box here. Esteban cuts it back. Paolucci knocks it down for Cordy, and then Demaroz has put it home. This hasn't gone well at all. This has been very frustrating. We've been in fantastic form. And don't get me wrong, like this is going to sound like I'm complaining, but I am. City, Chelsea, and United are all fantastic teams. Take nothing away from them. We have not lost in 14 games playing this style, playing this structure. Because of the way I record my episodes, we then pick up the game on a new day, having not played it, and it feels like it just recalculates our form. The guys that were playing well, we have pretty much a whole squad whose last 5 appearances had all been like 7.5 match ratings, and then it's all gone to shit. Schaefer has gotten goal side here. It's either a poor cross or a poor strike. Take your pick. Out for the goal kick. We're going to use a get creative shout. Everyone seems inspired, which is fantastic, but full time's called without anything happening. 2-0 victors for Chelsea. 13 shots, 8 on target, 47% possession, 11 shots, 7 on target, 53% of the ball for the Isle of Man. Aggressively, far from pleased with the result, and everyone seems positive except Hisham Haji. Fuck Hisham Haji, he's back out of the squad. We're not going to play him anymore. We do stay 4th by way of Arsenal absolutely bottling it against West Ham. So we're still in the Champions League spots, but we are now 8 points behind Manchester United. In Chelsea in top spot. We're now 6 points behind Man United in second, 3 points behind City in third, and we no longer have the best goal difference in the game. That goes to Chelsea. Demaroz with his goal gets an 8.3 match rating and the man of the match award. We are going to clear out this entire team. We're going to give everybody in the squad, even if they didn't play, one rest day to try and regroup, regather ourselves. We've got Ipswich in the FA Cup. They're a championship side. We're going to play pretty much our reserve lineup for that one. And magic of editing, we're going to jump forward to the game after that, where we play Manchester United away at Old Trafford. Hopefully, having a bit more of a gap between the Ipswich game and the United game will give us a bit of a chance to kind of get our shit together and find some form. Magic of editing, though, we're going to jump forward to that now. All right, just like that, we're a week ahead. We beat Ipswich 5-1 with a full reserve lineup. There were 3 players that were excellent in that game. Santana in midfield was one of them. He was fantastic, pulled the strings. I think he got 1 assist. Mateo got 2 assists and a goal in that game, and Schaefer got a hat-trick. So we're going to give all 3 of them a chance to continue what is a decent run of form at the moment. Santana comes in midfield, Mateo on the left wing, Schaefer up top, but otherwise it's pretty much the same lineup that played against Chelsea in that 2-0 defeat. Of course, in the FA Cup, the next round draw, the 5th round, we could drew Man City because, of course, we did. It's Football Manager. That's just what happens. United, of course, are in excellent form, having won 4 of their last 5. And even the one that they didn't win was a 1-1 draw away from Brighton, which is a tough place to travel to. City have Arsenal in another game in this round. Chelsea have Brighton at home. So there's a chance maybe we can catch City and finish in 3rd spot again if we beat United and keep them 1 game ahead of us on 3 points. But I'd say Chelsea will probably beat Brighton at Stamford Bridge. It's a tough place to travel to at the moment. If we look at our previous meetings, we've beaten United twice in the last 16 appearances. And even then, they've been kind of spaced out. We've had quite a few draws. There's 7 draws, the most of any of the teams that we've played. But they've had 7 victories during that period as well. We struggled to beat them over the first couple of seasons when it was Zinedine's at Darns. Man United that won like 5 division titles in a row. Is that right? Yeah, 5. And then they finished 3rd last season, 3rd the year before as well. They'd probably be keen to try and stay towards the top of the league. Surely we're not going to go through this key and critical bumper episode without picking up a win against one of the sides. It has to be United. It has to be away at Old Trafford, and we have to try and keep pace with the other sides in the top 4 spots. So, Mancini goal, Abdesamad and Esteban as a defensive partnership. Esteban takes the captain's armband with Rivera out of the side. Carlos Andre and Gabriel as the wing-backs. Henry alongside Santana at the base of midfield. Mateo on the left wing. Castro on the right. Martinez and Schaefer up top. We've got some strength on the bench with Lind there, Harold, Richard, Rivera as well. So we might see a few changes if we need to early on. They're playing a 4-4-2. I think it's Sean Dyche's Manchester United side. They've got some phenomenal players. Nacho over here on the right. He's got like 3 Ballon d'Ors. 28 years of age now. The Spanish right winger. Left-footed player though. 5-star current and potential ability. If we look at his milestones, Footballer of the Year, World Player of the Year, World Golden Ball, Midfielder of the Season in the Champions League, Golden Ball runner-up 2 seasons ago, 1 at the year before. Just a ridiculous player and a ridiculous year. Over on the other side, Bianchi will be the other player, 23-year-old Italian left winger. Came through at Parma, has been at United now for 2 seasons, 34 appearances during that time. Solid, not super spectacular, but he's an elite winger, so he's got to be respected. Up front, 2 players that I don't think we've played against before. Mohamed Bayar, 24-year-old Turkish international, 4-star current and potential ability. He's been at United now for 4 seasons. He'll play alongside Kovacic, who I think came off the bench last time we played them. 22-year-old Slovakian forward. Looks decent, good physical attributes, okay mental attributes, okay technical attributes as well. Right winger by trade, but they're using him as an advanced forward by the looks of things. I think he might have scored against us last time we played him. They've got Lydio Jones in midfield, a good English player. Lloyd Doyle in goal, legendary English goalkeeper, 100 caps to his name. Passionately, we're going to say, or assertively, let's say, pick up where you left off last time, which is the game against Ipswich, not the game against Chelsea. Let's just also assertively tell everyone that we've got faith in them. And we are, of course, on our attacking style. We're not going to try and take the foot off the gas. We want to keep trying to push, trying to score goals. 10 minutes in, first highlight, ball with Doyle. Forward to Deluski. You can see this might be a shortcoming of this shape is that Henry got pulled into a very wide position. Deluski, the right back, wild drive from the edge of the area. Wasn't far off, but didn't really ever look like troubling the keeper. Mateo with a corner for us. Goes short to Castro. Cut back to Henry at the edge of the area. Mateo to Santana. Lovely work ball. It falls to Santana. His shot's closed down in his second effort. Just over the crossbar. I think Doyle had it covered though regardless. We might just get these later scores up as well, because we do want to keep an eye on that game between City and Arsenal. That's got big implications for our season. Wide free kick. Santana to take towards back post. Castro with the flick on header just over the crossbar again. Corner now for United. Nacho to take. Looks towards near post. Santana with a good header away. Bianchi. Edge of the area, beats a couple. He's going to want to try and get it back on his right foot, but he can't. He screws that shot well wide of the near post. Got 10 minutes remaining in the half. Going to use a get creative shout, mix it up from the demand more. They've immediately got a highlight, so that's gone horribly. Mohamed looks towards backstick. Nacho with the ball in there. Santana looks to clear. Schaefer was in the area, but Morel with a good header. Bruno Eduardo stayed forward, the left wing back. Ball in here for Kovacic. Good tackle from Desamad, but it falls to Kovacic again. Deluski. Wild cross/shot. Switches play, and it's closed down on the far side. We have conceded the corner, though, to United. Good bodies back. Kovacic with the header. There's a man in the offside position. Mancini saves and holds anyway. Castro, wide free kick towards backstick. We've had a few players in there. Someone's gone down in the box. Oliver Morel looks to have given away a penalty, and Santana that's won it. He's been the busiest of our players from set-piece deliveries and in general play. Martinez with a chance to add to his tally from the spot. Saved by Lloyd Doyle, because of course it is. The game's just going to punish me today. The game, this has been one of those sessions where we were in good form. We've reloaded the game. Yes, we're playing great sides. Take nothing away from the opposition that we're playing. But the game just seems to want to punish me today. Schaefer near post. Okay, the game's rigged. The game's scripted. The game's going to continue to make us lose. If I keep whispering shit like that, maybe Sports Interactive will think, you know what, we are going to prove this fucker wrong. And we're going to let him finish near post. Schaefer with a lovely strike. His 4th goal in the past 2 games. Henri with an excellent ball. And we take a 1-goal lead into halftime. So at halftime, 7 shots, 3 on target, 45% possession. 9 shots, 3 on target, 55%. We've had a missed penalty and a goal in first half injury time. Assertively, we're going to say, happy with the performance so far, keep it up, and we're immediately going to drop back to that positive structure. I'm denied about doing it against Chelsea. City. Maybe I left it too late and we'd already invited too much pressure by that stage. But we're going to do it at half-time, and if we need to, we can go back to attacking if it's not working out. Martinez, lovely touch around the defender. It's a good save from Doyle again. He's had a good game, the City custodian, or the United custodian. I've forgotten what teams we're playing. I've lost the plot this episode. This has been the one that's cracked me. Through the hour mark now, so we're going to hit pause. Martinez struggling, hasn't had the greatest game. We're going to bring on Rivera, and we're going to push him to the advance forward. Schaefer can play as the deeper of the 2. Castro's not had a great game, so Frank Richard comes on. Matteo also not having a great game, despite being given a start and opportunity. Assertively here, we're going to say we've got faith in them, and then we're also going to use Old Faithful, a get creative shout after an hour. Throwing on the right-hand side here, Lucas Gabriel into Rivera, fresh off the bench, turns one man, gets it back on his left foot. Can he find the finish? It's not a bad effort. Doyle with a fantastic save. Maybe if he had gone far corner, it might have curled around the keeper. He went near post and power. Wasn't a bad effort though. Richard gets tackled here by Morel, so we've worked that corner into a free kick for no real reason. Just get the ball in the box, boys. City currently drawing with Arsenal. We would stay 1 point behind them as things stand. Ball in here, wide left area. Deluski, the right back, cuts it back to Kovacic. Good save from Mancini. Pushes it out for the corner. Just went for pace. Didn't have much of an angle to work with the striker. Deluski, good header away by there. Richard. Corner goes back towards Deluski again. Highlight comes to an end. Got 10 minutes remaining. We're going to make one last sub. We're just going to go fresh legs on that left-hand side. Matteo hasn't played particularly well. Harold might have a bit of an incentive, having been dropped from the starting lineup. Tell him we've got faith in him. And we're also going to use a demand more shout with about 10 minutes remaining in the half. Come on, boys. Let's hold on. We made the mistakes against City. We should have gone positive early. We should have dropped off and tried to defend a bit more. Wide right free kick. Santana looks towards back post. Richard's there, and he heads back across the keeper. 6th goal of the season for Frank Richard. And a wonderful contribution off the bench. Santana's been excellent this game. He won the penalties. He had a couple of great set-piece deliveries. It's another assist for him here. Richard with a great header back across the keeper. Doyle, uncharacteristically, he's had an excellent game, but he swipes at that one a little bit, and surely 2-0 is enough to get us through. It is indeed. 13 shots, 5 on target, 44% possession for Manchester United. 15 shots, 8 on target, 56% of the ball for Isle of Man. Schaefer and Richard with the goals. Martinez missed penalty, probably the only downside. Passionately, I'm going to say that was really special, lads. Nobody gave us a chance, and you performed magnificently. Not great. It would have been great to get 3 wins, but a draw, a defeat, and a win. Thank God we got the win. I'd be absolutely livid otherwise. City and Arsenal drew 0-0. That works for us. Brighton actually beat Chelsea. That's a fantastic result for us. It keeps us 5 points behind Chelsea in top spot. We're 1 point behind City in third, 3 points behind Manchester United in second, and 5 points behind Chelsea in top spot. So there's still a whole bunch to play for. Imagine if we had got 3 wins and the other results had still gone our way. We would be top of the division by a little bit. Young FC Isle of Man shine against Man United. We get that one pretty much every win we get. Arnaud Henri gets his 2nd man of the match performance of the game. 1 assist in that one as well. We're going to give him a bit of praise. He's been magnificent for us. And thankfully, he has responded positively. It's always a bit risky when you do stuff like that. Our next game is against Newcastle at home in the Carabao Cup quarterfinals. We're going to clear out the team. We give everyone a rest day, and our reserves will likely play that game in the Carabao Cup. You might have noticed Daniel Abelan, he's gone out on loan to Cagliari. We'll put him in the other 23s. I'm also trying to sell Hisham Haji. You can see there's quite a few clubs interested in him. Nobody willing to pay the £100 million fee that we've placed on him. So we'll see if that changes during the transfer window as well. Now looking forward, we've got a big Champions League knockout round tie against Schalke, and I think that's probably what we're going to do in tomorrow's episode. We'll probably play the first leg and then maybe play the Fulham, Brighton and Leicester games off screen and then come back and do the second leg as well. Unless we absolutely beat the living crap out of them in the first leg, and then we might come back and do maybe the City FA Cup game. There's a whole bunch of different stuff that we might try and do. We'll keep it flexible. We'll keep it loose. It's still early in the week. We don't want to get too bogged down in too much football early on. But thankfully, even though we haven't had the best results today, we're still in the conversation for the top of the league spot. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I know sometimes these longer episodes can be a bit of a tough slog, but it was 3 huge games, 3 potentially what could have been fantastic results for us. But thankfully, we do remain in the title picture just by way of other teams dropping points or getting points back for us. If you want to continue to support the series, you can drop a like on this video. It does help us get higher in search results when people look for Football Manager content. You can also subscribe to the channel to be kept up to date on all of our future videos, which will continue to release Monday to Friday all the way up to the release of Football Manager 2021. But as always, more than anything, I just appreciate you guys watching. I've been Sean, and I'll see you all again in the mixer.